Gun violence is a public health emergency. That's the headline tonight on a new report from a state task force formed in the wake of two mass shootings. Our statewide political reporter Remington Hernandez went through the report's recommendations and spoke to stakeholders about what they'd like to see implemented. Remington.
Andy, this is the 50-page report issued by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gun Violence Prevention Task Force. It was compiled with the help of state agencies, law enforcement, nonprofits, and even some pro-gun groups. Among the recommendations are policies that proponents say could save lives.
Gun violence. It's been felt across Michigan at all levels. Now, the Michigan Gun Violence Prevention Task Force, launched by Governor Gretchen Whitmer following the MSU shooting, looks to lessen the impact, publishing this report outlining best practices for safety.
We made sure that our recommendations were data-driven and really supported by the literature and science behind this.
Much of the recommendations build upon policies that went into effect in 2024, including universal background checks, safe storage, and red flag laws. But she says there's still more work to do.
We wouldn't be doing our job, we wouldn't be talking about this problem in its entirety if we didn't talk about new policies that would be beneficial and that have worked in other states.
Included in the recommendations are required waiting periods when someone buys a gun, raising the minimum gun buying age to 21, banning so-called ghost guns, which are homemade, standardizing training for school resource officers, and prohibiting the possession of large-capacity magazines and devices that convert guns to be fully automatic. Kermit Williams lost a family member in a shooting and now sits on the board of End Gun Violence Michigan. He called the report a major step forward and said, if implemented, the recommended policies would be transformative.
Violence has been normalized, especially in certain communities, and I think that we need to create a new normal. And so if these recommendations are actually implemented and fully funded, not just lip service, I think it will be a huge step in the right direction to make Michigan much more safer and a place that I want to live.
Kalamazoo County Sheriff Richard Fuller is a member of the task force. He believes the report's recommendations are crucial, reiterating data it cited showing guns as the leading cause of death for children nationwide.
If we're going to help the future of this nation, and we're going to help the future of the families that mean everything to all of us, then we really need to pay attention to what firearms are doing to our community.
Not everyone is welcoming the report. The Michigan Coalition for Responsible Gun Owners says some of the pro-gun voices on the task force were unsatisfied with it, and they're skeptical that more gun control would make a difference.
Bans don't work on guns any more than they do on drugs. So what's going to happen, even if this were to be passed, would be the only people affected by the ban portions of this would be law-abiding citizens.
Now, the task force urges people to read their report and act on those recommendations. Fuller and Williams also said they look forward to working with lawmakers to implement them. Live in the studio, Remington Hernandez, News Channel 3.